Excuse me, what time is it?
It's 9 o'clock.
Ah, it's 9 o'clock, isn't it?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
By the way, my name is Juan. Nice to meet you.
My name is Tom. Nice to meet you too.
So your name is Tom, isn't it?
Yes,
Nice name.
thanks. Don't ask me too.
Thanks. May I ask you some questions about your daily routine?
Yes, of course.
What time do you usually get up?
I usually get up at 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock?
Yes.
And after getting up, what do you usually do after getting up?
Well, after getting up, I usually have breakfast.
Have breakfast?
Yes.
You usually have breakfast?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
How often do you have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you usually have breakfast with?
I usually have breakfast with my friends.
With your friends?
Yes.
How long does it take you to have breakfast?
It takes me about 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yes.
And after having breakfast, what do you usually do after having breakfast?
After having a breakfast, I usually do my homework.
Do your homework?
Yes.
Do you usually do your homework?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
How often do you do your homework?
I usually do my homework every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you usually do your homework with?
I usually do my homework with my friends.
With your friends?
Yes.
How long does it take you to do your homework with?
Pardon?
How long does it take you to do your homework?
It takes me about 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yes.
And after doing the homework, what do you usually do after doing the homework?
Well, after doing the homework, I usually go to school.
Go to school?
Yes.
Do you like going to school?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
Yes.
How often do you go to school?
5 days a week. 5 days a week. I usually go to school 5 days a week.
5 days a week?
Yes.
Do you usually go to school on weekends?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
When do you usually go to school?
In the morning, I usually go to school in the morning.
In the morning?
Yes.
What time do you usually go to school?
At 6:30 in the morning. I usually go to school at 6:30 in the morning.
At 6:30 in the morning?
Yes.
How many people are there in your class?
There are 70 people in my class.
There are 70 people?
Yes.
How many students are there in your school?
There are about 16,000 students in my school.
About 16,000 students?
Yes.
How far is it from the room to the school?
About 300 meters. It's about 300 meters from my room to my school.
About 300 meters?
Yes.
How do you usually go to school?
On foot. I usually go to school on foot.
On foot?
Yes.
How long does it take you to go to school?
It takes me about 10 minutes to get there.
10 minutes?
Yes.
And after going to school, what do you usually do after going to school?
Well, after going to school, I usually have lunch.
Have lunch?
Yes.
Do you usually have lunch?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
When do you usually have lunch?
I usually have lunch in the. I usually have lunch at 12 o'clock.
At 12 o'clock?
Yes.
Who do you usually have lunch with?
I usually have lunch with my friends.
With your friends?
Yes.
How long does it take you to have lunch?
It takes me about 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yes.
And after having lunch, what do you usually do after having lunch?
Well, after having lunch, I usually have nap.
Have a nap?
Yes.
Do you usually have a nap?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
How often do you have a nap?
Every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you usually have a nap with?
I usually have a nap alone.
Alone?
Yes.
How long does it take you to have a nap?
It takes me about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yes.
And after having a nap, what do you usually after having a nap?
Well, after having a nap, I usually play games.
Play games?
Yes.
Do you usually play games?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
How often do you play games?
I usually play game every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you usually play games with?
I usually play games with my friends.
With your friends?
Yes.
How long does it take you to play games?
It takes me about 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yes.
And after playing games, what do you usually do after playing games?
Well, after playing games, I usually read books.
Read books?
Yes.
Do you usually read books?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You read very often?
Yes.
How often do you read books?
I usually read books every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you usually read books?
I usually read books alone.
Alone?
Yes.
How long does it take you to read books?
I usually it takes me about 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yes.
And after reading books, what do you usually do after reading books?
After reading books, I usually have dinner.
Have dinner?
Yes.
Do you usually have dinner?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
Who do you usually have dinner with?
I usually have dinner with my friends.
With your friends?
Yes.
How long does it take you to have dinner?
It takes me about 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yes.
And after having dinner, what do you usually have after having dinner?
Well, after having dinner, I usually have a bath.
Have a bath?
Yes.
Do you usually have a bath?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
How often do you have a bath?
I usually have a bath every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you usually have a bath with?
I usually have a bath alone.
Alone?
Yes.
How long does it take you to have a bath?
It takes me about 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yes.
And after having a bath, what do you usually do after having a bath?
After having a bath, I usually go to bed.
Go to bed?
Yes.
Do you usually go to bed?
Yes, I do. I do it very often.
You do it very often?
Yes.
And after going, thank you.
You're welcome.